Nova Kakhovka Dam in Kherson region blown up by Russian forces, Ukraine's military.
Here's a summary of the article.
Kyiv, June 6. The Nova Kakhovka Dam in the Russian-controlled parts of Ukraine's Kherson region was blown up by Russian forces, the South Command of Ukraine's armed forces said on Tuesday. The scale of the destruction, the speed and volumes of water, and the likely areas of inundation are being clarified, the command said on its Facebook page.
This post received a score of 5,500, with an upvote ratio of 97%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
President Zelensky warned Russia was going to do this a couple weeks ago with the intention of blaming Ukraine and trying to get international pressure to enforce a ceasefire.
Only Russia could believe that the international community is willing to enforce a ceasefire this late in the game without a massive withdrawal by Russian troops. Putin has been listening to his own propaganda if he truly believes this to be the case.
Has he shown one iota of not listening to his own propaganda thus far?
Well, yes, that's the reason he thought his army was competent.
To elaborate, the decision to invade Ukraine utilizing the conventional Russian military was made around June to July 2021 by about 12 to 15 key decision makers in the Kremlin. The development of these plans was largely kept secret from the rest of the Russian military until weeks and even days before the invasion commenced in February 2022. As in, actual commanders of the units that would be conducting the invasion itself were not asked for input in the invasion plan at a macro and meso level, and likely not at a micro level. It was an insane way to attempt a large-scale invasion of a foreign country.
And new ecological catastrophe was made by Russians, that was predictable.
There are videos on Twitter of the busted dam. Edit.
Is this one of the dams that we were worried about early in the war and people were saying that Russia wouldn't be stupid enough to actually do it?
This move was entirely predictable, and a clear attempt to force Ukraine to surrender through fear and intimidation. Their army is fighting their PMCs. They're fighting on their actual soil up in Belgorod. The looming counter-offensive is weakening morale. This is a desperate measure made by a weak-minded government. Send the ATACMS now.
ATACMS and Tomahawks, thousands of them.
According to The Guardian, that was one of the major dams. Fuck Putin. Edit. More details from Associated Press. Aren't dams like this protected by the laws of war and the Geneva Convention? Destroying it would be considered a weapon of mass destruction and a war crime, would it not? This is basically an environmental WMD.
I think of the Geneva Convention as more of a suggestion. Putin, probably.
It's a bingo card for Putin. White phosphorus, check. Thermobaric missiles, check. Hospitals, check. Rape and murder of civilians, check. Deportation of children to Russia, bingo. Oh, you forgot landmines. Is this a war crime?
Jesus Christ, no one gave you an actual answer. I'll try, but it's a bit complicated. According to international humanitarian law. So it kinda depends on the results of this attack. Will it kill a lot of civilians, either from the water released or the nuclear power plant cooled by that water? I'm not sure on the answer, and this thread seems to have a lot of debate on that.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.